all my demos will be based on persistence, so don't worry. But in a nutshell, persistence is about, okay, if your web service, if your business process is running and it fails, you need a way so that you can resume your service from the point of failure. So if you receive a PO and send a response, and you're doing some business process, that business process fails. The persistence means that you store that business process somewhere so that when the problem is fixed, it's up again. And I will show you that.
Like hydration and hydration.
Like, sorry, what?
In the BizTalk, hydration.
Yes, actually, anyone who knows the BizTalk analogy, and I will come to this. Anybody who has done BizTalk development, you will see amazing similarities between AppFabric and BizTalk. Okay, and maybe in the QA we can discuss the differences between both. Okay, so this is AppFabric. I've given you the reason why do we need AppFabric. Okay, so let's start with the demos. So what I have here is a hello service, right? Everything has to start with hello something. Okay, so my first demo is based on, I mean, it's structured as follows. This, can you see? Everything clear? Okay, so this is a WCF service. The simplest of services. It simply has one function, takes an order ID, right? So I'm simulating something like a PO process, if you want. It takes a string as an order ID and returns back, you know, your order ID is approved. So that's simple. So let's make sure that this one is working. View it in the browser. This is the .svc file, if you can see it. And this is the WSDL. So everything is familiar now, till now? Okay. Just because it's a very packed session, let's keep discussions till the end. But please don't allow me to continue if there's something not clear. So if you want to discuss something, let's keep it till the end. But if you find anything that I'm saying not clear, please stop me anytime. Okay, so this is the WCF service. WCF service. Now let's take a look to the WF service. So this is a business process. It's a WF process built as a WCF service. Okay? It receives a request, sends a response, and then calls the WCF service. Okay? So I will repeat. My demo is as follows. I have a WF service, this one. Again, differentiate between WF service and WF without service. When I talk WF, I talk about WF in console applications. WF service, same functionalities, same WF capabilities published on IIS. So this is a WF service. It takes a request called, yes?
There is project templates for
Yeah, I will show you. Yes, I will show you. Okay? So it takes it has a function called submit order. So you call that WF service, call the submit order. It will give me a response. You see the send response shape. And finally, where I'm putting the mouse here, the process order, here I'm calling the WCF service. Okay, so let's see how I build this quickly in Visual Studio. In Visual Studio now there is, actually it's not new, it's been there for a while now. When I do a new project, I have a template called WCF. Okay, it's WCF Workflow Service Application. So you can see here something called Workflow Console Application, right? So Workflow Console Application is building workflow hosted inside your console applications, whatever. Now, WCF Workflow Service Applications, again, same functionalities, same shapes. You build WF 4.0 projects. However, you build them as a WCF service. So your business logic is published as a web service for others. Okay? So when you do that, you will get this project that I'm showing you now. And you will get this file, which is .xamlx. I will also come to that. Okay? So you have the XAMLX file, and you can build two types of workflows. So if I do right-click, add a new item, workflow, and you select WCF workflow service, that's my file. And here in the toolbox, you have two two types. First type is flow decision. Flow, sorry, it's from the primitives, runtime. Okay, this one is a flow chart, which means I can build no more state machines. Okay, state machines from WF 3.5 are gone. Now flow chart replaces state machines, and this is great news for everyone, because like I said, everyone draws flow charts. Okay, now you can build workflows in the same way as you used to draw flow charts. Okay, and there is the sequential. Now in my first demo, I'm using a sequential workflow. So again, receive request, send response, call the WCF service. Okay, let's see this running as a WCF service. This is my workflow, right? So this is my workflow as a web service. Again, it has WSDL, and it has endpoints published. Now finally, this is my client. It's a console application. You know about adding web reference and doing the proxy, right? So this is the part here. This is the code. Okay, so this is the code. Just getting a web reference. And remember what was the name of the method? It's submit order, right? That's the method used, here. Okay, so that's the submit order method. And finally, I get the response back. Okay, still no AppFabric till this moment, but is the structure of the example clear? It's very important to understand it in order to see AppFabric in action. Is it clear for everyone? Good. I will do something now, just clear the AppFabric database. Come to that later. Okay, I will run the client, my test client. So what will happen now? My console application will call the WF service. My WF service will call, that was a feature. Okay. So let me recycle my application. Let's hope it's working now. Okay, so my console application calls on the WCF, on the WF service. I will say too much WCF and WF, so it will mix up sometimes, so just correct me. Okay, and my WF service will call the WCF service. Is it clear? So that's why now I have your order is under process. Okay. Now my test for you to see if you're following up with me. How many WCF calls I have made in this project? 2. Why is 2? One to the WF service, and one from the WF service to the WCF service. Okay, good. Introducing AppFabric. Now this is IIS 7. You know IIS 7? Okay. So anybody who knows IIS 7 will see something new here, something called AppFabric dashboard. So when you install AppFabric, it's installed on top of IIS 7, and it gives you something called AppFabric dashboard. I will open this dashboard, and it will give you the status of your web service invocations. So the WCF call history, like we agreed, we have how many calls? 2. And one is for the XAMLX, and one is for the SVC. SVC being the WCF file, and XAMLX being WF service. So here you can start monitoring stuff. You can start see what's happening at your service. Okay? So, and here is the WF instance. Again, I can monitor it. Now, if I click on that instance, what you will see is that I have the service name. It's hosted on my default website, and the status is completed. Completed successfully. Okay? It gets much more fun. If I do right-click, view tracked events. What this gives me is something really amazing, if you think about it. I'm getting the complete flow of my service. So my service was initialized. I received the